Hey y'all, it's Missniecytv, and I'm here to do a review for Zatima Season 4, Episode 10. So it picks up and Fatima's still in her feelings and she's talking to Zach in the bathroom about everything that happened last night. Of course she doesn't tell him that it was Lily's fault, the reason why she feels the way she feels. She just tells him that she's in a mood and everything's gonna be okay and to get out the bathroom because she has to use it. So Zach and Fatima are getting ready to go to work and they're outside about to get in the car and Deja is standing there and Zach is like, why are you standing outside for? Deja basically lets it be known that she's on the watch because Fatima got her watching somebody. And of course, Fatima doesn't tell Zach anything that's going on and she just leaves Zach in the dark. Fatima, let's be really real. Why are you keeping Zach in the dark? Oh, I forgot. It's a pride thing and you think you can handle everything on your own. But right now, you're putting your child and yourself at risk. Out of everybody, you decided to work with Deja, the person that's going to run her mouth the most. And most of all, she's just happy that you're being nice to her. Of course she's going to. Back over now, Jeremiah said exactly what he was going to do when he got out the hospital, and he did just that. He got sick. This man had a nerve to approach a drug dealer and be like, hey, yo, I'm about to get this inheritance from my mama, and I need some. The drug dealer was smart enough to know that he was lying, so Jeremiah saw that didn't work, so he tried to pull out these pills out of his pocket, passed them to the drug dealer, and the drug dealer was like, hey, yo, these are ibuprofen. The guy was like, you really got to be desperate to trade some ibuprofen for some heroin. And I'm like, yeah, he's desperate. He want that hit back because he want to see his mom. So the guy was like, if I give you anything, that means you're going to have to work for me. And I'm like, what in the world is Jeremiah going to do for this guy? No, he's not thinking about giving Jeremiah no drugs to sell because if anything, he's going to use the products that he's been given to sell to smoke them for himself. I wish this guy would have enough restraint not to sell to Jeremiah anymore, but I guess he got to make his money somehow, and that's the way he makes his money because he knows Jeremiah is always going to come back to. Over at the law firm, we see Angela coming to talk to Fatima. She's telling Fatima that she doesn't feel well, and Fatima's like, I don't feel well either. Fatima thinks it's because of Angela's date with Sean, but it's not that at all. And then Fatima comes to realize that it's actually the weight loss injections that she's taking, and Fatima's like, that's not good. Angela's like, I know. Angela tries to play it off like, I haven't eaten anything. So Fatima tells her that she has to eat. Fatima also tells Angela all this stuff that happened with Leslie at the house, and of course, Angela's like, so did you tell Zach? And Fatima's like, no. So everybody knows except for the person that lives in the house with Fatima. We're at Rise Ventures. We see Preston talking to Zach, and Zach is basically telling him that he dropped the ball because he wasn't able to get the inspector. And Preston's like, I understand that you got a lot going on, so I'll try to make some calls. And then Bryce comes in reprimanding Zach like Zach is his child or something. Talking about something, I'm very disappointed in you. You're not only on top of things. They explain to him the importance of the deal and how much it costs and how the owner wants to see everybody that's involved, because if not, they'll think that Zach is the assistant, and Zach is like, I'm not the assistant to nobody. He's like, one thing you're not gonna make me do is choose between the family I have at home and my job. That's not gonna happen. They basically go back and forth, and Bryce is like, this is exactly why I don't want to get married, because I don't want to have to choose between my family and my job, because I want to be all in, and it seems like you're not all in. It looked like Zach and Bryce were about to get into it, but Zach is using what anger management taught him and not let other people's emotions affect you. And Preston comes back in from making the call, and they basically agree that Zach is dropping the ball and he has to find a work and home balance. Bryce is like, this is exactly why I don't want to get married, because I don't want to have to choose between my work and my family. I want to be all into this. Zach ate Bryce up so good, he was like, the only reason you're not married is because Angela didn't marry you, and that's the only girl that likes you, and she doesn't even like you like that because you're corny. I'm like, it's like, you didn't have to eat Bryce up like that, but it's true. Imagine if Angela told Bryce that she would marry him tomorrow. Bryce would be at that altar, skipping, hopping, and jumping. Preston was able to make some calls, and he was able to get an inspector, and then Bryce and Zach apologized to each other. Zach is like, I'm just trying to be better. Bryce is like, I didn't mean to come at you like that, so they apologized. And as they're apologizing, and Zach saying that he's all in, Zach gets a call from Fatima saying that she's on her way to the hospital because she's spotting, and Zach is like, I was like, Fatima, what a perfect time for you to call to see if he was actually going to choose between his family and his job. But of course he chose Fatima in that moment, and everybody else understood. So Zach rushes to the hospital, he rushes and he sees Angela, he's like, what's going on? Angela's like, I don't know, they really didn't say anything. He's like, Zach, everything's going to be okay. This is possibly normal for people in pregnancy. Rushes over to the front desk, but the front desk lady doesn't say anything, and then that's when Dr. Solis walks up. She's like, Zach, do you remember me? Zach is like, of course I do. Zach is like, I need your help. I need to find my fiance, Fatima Wilson. She's here. Angela's just trying to talk to Zach and calm him down. And Zach is like, don't tell me to calm down right now. I see what y'all mean by what you don't say. Don't tell nobody to calm down. So they go back to see Fatima. And Zach's first question is like, how this happened? Is this normal? Why are you bleeding like this? Fatima's like, it may be because of stress or hemorrhoids, but I'm fine. Everything's okay. Zach is like, you're not fine. Because if you were fine, you wouldn't be bleeding. As they're talking, Angela lets it be known that Leslie's stressing Fatima out, showing up to the office and all this other stuff, and how she broke into the house months ago. Zach is like, what is she talking about? So Fatima eventually confirms everything that Angela's saying, and Zach is like, why did you tell me sooner? You really like putting our child at risk. Zach is like, why didn't you say something sooner? Fatima's like, well, I just wanted to figure out the right steps before I said anything. I wanted to see if I was going to get a restraining order. Zach is like, what is a restraining order going to do? Zach is like, you know what? This settles it. I'm not yelling, I'm not screaming, I'm not fighting nobody, but you're getting a bodyguard, and that's it. It was time for Fatima to prepare for ultrasound. They're like, do you know the sex of the baby? Fatima's like, we're waiting until birth. Then they have this little moment with the ultrasound, and I'm looking at the baby and hearing the baby's heartbeat, and it was so cute. Zach is asking all these questions to the doctor to make sure that Fatima's okay. The doctor is like, she's fine, she just needs to take it easy. She needs to find a balance. And like, everybody needs to find a working home balance. The doctor tells Fatima that she doesn't need to be stressed out like that. Fatima's like, I promise that I'll take it easy. The doctor does tell Fatima that if she keeps this up and she keeps overworking herself, that she'll have to see her OBGYN weekly. And I'm like, Fatima, why didn't you mention to the doctor that you're having lots of pain? Are we the only one that knows this? Of course, because you don't want to stress Zach out and worry him even more. Back over another, Jeremiah finally got the hit that he wanted. Of course, who does he see? He sees his mama. They have a conversation. Jeremiah's like, Mama, I miss you. I want to be with you. Gladys is like, no, you don't. You don't need to be here. Zach loves you. He cares about you. Jeremiah's like, Zach doesn't love me. He doesn't care about me. Gladys is like, you know what? Don't come here no more. You need to get yourself together. I wonder if those words from his mama is actually going to make him change his life around and do better. Seeing that Gladys doesn't want to see him go this route the way that he's going, will this actually force Jeremiah to change his life, or is he going to continue to do what he wants to do? Like over at Zach and Fatima's officially got discharged, and just like, if you need anything, let me know, I'll be here. Zach is like, it's okay, I got it, I'm gonna get her home, get her some food, and get her some rest. So Angela leaves, and Bryce calls Zach to apologize once again, even though I thought they apologized earlier, but Bryce wants to apologize again. He's like, I didn't mean to say those things to you. I apologize. Zach is like, that's on me. I need to do better, and I need to find a working home balance. Zach is like, I didn't mean to say those things to you either. I was just feeling my emotions, and I apologize. Bryce is like, it's okay. So it's time for Zach and Fatima to get in the car, and of course Fatima's like, before we go home, can I stop by the office and get my laptop and get my car and tell my boss that I won't be working in the office and I'll be working from home? Zach is like, I thought you just told the doctor that you're going to be resting. Fatima's like, I did, but I need to get this stuff done. Zach is like, I feel like you are trying to put our child's life at risk. Fatima's like, how can you say that? I actually agree with Zach. Zach is right. Because of Fatima's pride in her wanting to be an overachiever and make sure that she's doing everything that she's supposed to do and it gets everything done, she's willing to risk her life and her child's life for it. I know that Zach hurt Fatima's feelings by the things that he said to her, but Fatima has to realize that Zach is right and all he's trying to do is protect you and his child. I wonder how this bodyguard situation will work out. And also, now that Zach knows that Leslie has broken into their house, I hope that he searches the house and finds that camera. And I also feels like he needs to get a new security system and change the locks. But will he change the locks? No, he won't. Back over in the hood, we see Connie, and she's outside folding clothes or going through clothes that were destroyed in the fire, or the clothes that she could salvage. The CPS walker walks up and basically tells her that the kids are safe and they're going to try to get her into a hotel and she needs to talk to her caseworker. But also at the same time, she's telling Connie that this could be child endangerment, and she doesn't really believe that Connie fell asleep, and that's exactly how the fire started, because she was told that she came outside looking for the kids, but she told the caseworker just now that the kids were in the back room. So Connie, you really need to get your story together before you go to court. I really hope that Connie finds help that she needs to fight this case, because no parents should be away from their children. Back over at Angela's, we see her trying to take those weight loss injections again, but I feel like she took a little too much this time. because as she's taking it, she starts feeling woozy, like she's about to pass out. She grabs her phone. She grabs her phone like she was about to call for help, but she doesn't need the help, I guess, so she grabs the water. She drinks the water, and she's like, what the heck was that? Girl, if you do anything else with these weight loss injections, you need to talk to a doctor, because you can end up hurting yourself really bad. But let me know what you guys think about this episode. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, turn your bell notifications. Bye.